from the time I was 5 years old, I was out in the woods playing. My mother didn't know where I was. As long as I made it home, you know, for time for supper, nobody got worried. And what we were doing was we were in the creeks catching every salamander and crayfish that we could. We were rolling over logs, and if something wiggled, we grabbed it. It's a wonder something didn't grab us back. I got really lucky.
Everything depends on water, and the water quality here depends on the forest too. So if you can conserve the forest lands that are right next to the river and the creeks and streams that feed into the river, it protects the water quality.
It's all an ecology that goes together. So by taking care of it on a big scale and a small scale, we provide that web that we need so that we can have nature everywhere we go. I actually have a dichotomous key for winter twigs, you know, so you just take the twigs and you just go through the key and you figure out what your trees are. You know, this is a hop hornbeam right here, and I can just look at the bark. A lot of times I could point at, you know, a sourwood like this or a hornbeam like this, and I knew that that's what they were because of association, but I couldn't tell somebody else. It's like, you know how it is, you just know these things, you see them a lot. The hornbeam, it has bark that sort of peels. That's helpful right there, and it comes in these long, you see the long furrows that come down it. Whereas on the sourwood over here, it doesn't peel. It does deeper furrows through here. Now eventually these furrows, this is a young one, and that's what happened. It had smooth bark probably just a few years ago, and it's just started to develop the furrows. But here's some other things I can look at, is the way the branches come off. See how that comes off in a curve like that? That's very typical. The other thing is it's not growing very straight. This is an understory tree, and so a lot of times you can just look through the woods, and by the shape of the sourwood, it'll bend to the light. It's always trying to find the light because it doesn't get very tall. It's in here with all these oaks and big pines and everything, so it keeps bending crazy ways to the light.
My job as the conservation director is to form relationships with private landowners, and when they feel like selling their land or following other conservation options like promising to protect it, we work with them on agreements and on these land sales just to protect the water quality and to provide habitat to all the wildlife in the area. I think a lot of people might leave the responsibility of protecting these streams to the people who are hired to do so, but that responsibility belongs to everyone who visits or even doesn't visit. If you throw something on the ground, a piece of litter, it's going to roll downhill, it's going to be washed downstream and end up in these waterways.
You can sort of think of ecology like a machine. So you've got an engine on a car. You know, if you want to repair your car or if you want to take care of your car, you can take the engine apart. But let's say you've got a part there that you don't know what it's for when you put it back together and you just throw it out. And later on you find out that was really important. Well, ecology is the same way. We depend on everything together so that we have the things we need in this world. Whether it's people or wildlife, we all need these things. And it's very important we keep all the parts together so that we don't later on find out something was really important and now we don't have it anymore. Already the Eno River Association has worked with the local entities, the county governments, the state government to save over 7,000 acres here on the Eno. But it's not just here, it's happening all over. If you look at all the little parks that are around, big and small, around your home, somebody took the initiative and said, we need to save this place.